I remember a time when games were just accepted as the way they were. They were shown in magazines, TV commercials, or you heard about them from word of mouth, and you either bought those video games because you thought they sounded and looked awesome, or you didn't because you didn't care about them, they didn't interest you, or you thought they looked dumb. Nowadays, the latter has changed. People do not buy games now because they either 1. Don't support the developers, 2. Assuming the game is a sequel or another game in a franchise, the game has a bad reputation on its back and cannot be trusted. Or 3. People are just dumb and don't want to accept simple little things in games that make them think that the developers are trying to push a political agenda. Obviously, there are way more reasons than the 3 I just stated, but in this video I want to cover the third and most ridiculous, borderline silly reason for not buying a game, or in this case, a DLC. Now, this video will be covering the teaser trailer for Battlefield 1's newest DLC, In the Name of the Tsar, which just got released on July 10th during EA Play 83. Personally, I adore the trailer and really any trailer DICE makes. You can say whatever you want about their games, but you cannot deny that they make amazing trailers for games. If it's Battlefield or Star Wars, no matter what it is, they're so good at making trailers, and In the Name of the Tsar is no exception. The trailer starts off with a Russian woman talking about what could be a moral speech for her fellow comrades, or a threat to a German soldier. It's anyone's guess, really. Now, this video is an in-depth analysis of what the trailer holds in its frames, and if that's what you're searching for, you came to the wrong place. But I do recommend subscribing to Flackfire Gaming, because he does do stuff like that, and no, this isn't a shameless plug, I assure you. And at the time of making this video, there has been no video of him analyzing the trailer, but I would assume he's working on it right now, and it will be out very shortly, or at the very least, in the next 24 hours. Like I said, this video is about these politically correct, alt-right, whatever you want to call these people. I don't know the terms very well because I don't really give a fuck to look up what these people are actually called, so I just call them dumbasses or shit for brains. These people think that because DICE is implementing female soldiers into a Battlefield game, the devs are trying to push a political agenda. Which is, you honestly think that's the case, I suggest you stop watching this video and go read a book, because it's clearly not the reason why females are in this DLC, or because you don't want to watch my video because you don't like me. That one I cannot blame you for. If you go to Google and type in Women's Battalion of Death, you will see articles about a battalion of Russian women soldiers who fought during World War I. I won't spare all the details about their efforts in the Russian army, but just know this actually happened. This was not made up. This is written. This happened, okay? This is history. And if you've been paying any amount of attention during the lifespan of Battlefield 1, and before the game even got released, you know that the devs are trying to make Battlefield 1 as realistic as possible in terms of historical accuracy. And how could you leave this out? If you left out the woman who fought in the Russian army, people will cry over it, but for a justifiable reason. If you put them in the game, people will still cry, but for a completely idiotic and stupid reason. If you want a complete 100% accurate representation of World War I, and you're making something based around the Russian Empire, this is one of the things you have to put in for the sake of showing what really happened in World War I in Russia. They're doing this because they want to show what really happened in World War I. This isn't some creative liberty. They didn't pull this out of their ass and say, let's see what happens. No, they're doing this because this actually happened, okay? And if you've been paying any amount of attention during the lifespan of Battlefield 1, you know that they're very devoted towards this. Very devoted for making Battlefield 1 as realistic as possible. Now, I know, granted, the planes weren't getting shot down by tanks, unicorns were being used on the battlefield, people weren't taking down planes with anti-tank rockets, 360 no-scopes, whatever, MLG Pro. But those are just gameplay mechanics. That's just the gameplay. You can't compare that to what happens in real life. It's a fucking video game. And just, it's for the sake of fun, because it's a video game. A video game about World War I, where a big part of its central idea and charm is showing off the nations, armies, weapons, etc. used in that particular war. This is what DICE has chosen, and this is what DICE is sticking to. You cannot change their plans. It is set in the stone, and the only way I can see their future plans for Battlefield 1 changing is either due to financial, technical, or employee difficulties. Crying in the YouTube comment section of the teaser trailer for the DLC will not change their mind. They do not give a fuck. They don't care what you say. Which, I know it's the harsh truth, but it's the truth. So, I'm sorry. So the bottom line is this. Grow up, wipe away your precious tears, take out your fucking binky, and just play the fucking game. Or, if this really bothers you that much, then you probably shouldn't be playing Battlefield 1 in the first place. After all, it is just a fucking video game. Women being in video games, or not, will not change or jeopardize your way of life. You won't go back to bed one day and wake up the next morning seeing your mother getting her tongue ripped out of her mouth with a pair of rusty tongs from Five Guys. Just chill out and either play the games or don't play the games. It's that simple. It's your choice. And you bitching and moaning in a comment section of an internet website, it's not going to do anything, okay? You're wasting your time and energy. You could be doing something more productive and obviously more enjoyable than crying over a decision in a video game. There is more to life than this, I assure you. Thanks for watching.